My name is Pooja. Welcome to this week's episode of Around the World. In last week's Sunday special episode, we talked about the tensions between China and the US regarding Taiwan. We had informed you how tensions between the US and China have escalated after the visit of Nancy Pelosi, a speaker of the United States House of Representatives, to Taiwan. At that time, China had even warned the US to bear the brunt of this move. Going a step further, China started conducting military exercises and fired 11 Dongfeng missiles in Taiwan's vicinity. As per media reports, the landing of these missiles took place in the vicinity of Taiwan. However, this action of China also embroiled Japan in this controversy. The Defense Ministry of Japan has claimed that 5 missiles of China's military exercise fell in Japan's special economic zone. Although China's tug-of-war with Japan is not a new phenomenon, as Japan is a part of the American bloc, but being a Quad country, different meanings of this incident are being taken out. Therefore, after this incident, Japan's security concerns also come to the fore amid the China-Taiwan dispute. The Japanese media has criticized China's recent military exercise. According to Japanese media, Taiwan is in tension due to China's action, and consequently, Japan's problems are also surmounting. Now let us look at the world map. Taiwan is located in East Asia at the junction of the East and South China Seas in the northwestern Pacific Ocean. It shares maritime borders with China to the northwest, Japan to the northeast, and the Philippines to the south. It is believed that Japan's Yonaguni Island is closest to Taiwan and is 70 miles away from Taiwan. It implies that if China attacks Taiwan, then the areas of Japan can also come under the line of fire. Hence, Japanese media have expressed concerns about China's recent actions. Now the question arises that why Japan is so concerned about China-Taiwan tensions. Does it have nothing to retaliate? If you do not know, then you will be surprised to know that a country like Japan neither has an army nor does it manufacture military-related items. After this incident, it is believed that the people in Japan can demand the establishment of a military. In today's story, we will try to understand why Japan does not have an army. Besides, we will also talk about how China's actions are being perceived in this area because of Japan being a Quad member. Maintaining an army for the internal and external security of the country is the first and foremost priority of a country. However, there are some countries like Tuvalu, Andorra, Costa Rica, Vatican City, Iceland, Mauritius, and Haiti in the world that do not have their army. These countries are either without an army or are dependent on the army of other countries. Similarly, Japan also does not have an army. However, Japan does have security personnel. There is the Japan Self-Defense Forces, a civilian organization similar to a police force, which maintains internal security in Japan. Security in Japan has been a debatable issue. The opinion of the Japanese people is divided on whether the country should have an army or not. As we have already informed you that Japan does not have an army, the reason is linked to the Second World War. We will talk about this link in detail in some other episodes. In a nutshell, when Japan was attacked with a nuclear weapon during the Second World War that time, it accepted defeat. However, it is believed that during the war, the Japanese army acted against the opponents in a quite barbaric manner. Therefore, when the Second World War ended, it was decided that the right to maintain an army should be snatched from Japan. For this purpose, the US signed a defense treaty with Japan after the nuclear attack. The treaty was signed between Japan and the United States in September 1951. It is also known as the Treaty of San Francisco. Japan adopted a pacifist constitution at the behest of the US, and, in return, the US took responsibility for Japan's security. Under Article 9 of the Constitution of Japan, Japan cannot use military power to settle its dispute with any country. It can neither maintain an army nor can manufacture military-related goods. The US also has the right to build its naval base in Japan. Under this treaty, an attack on Japan will be considered as an attack on the US, and the US Army will protect Japan. Therefore, concerns about Chinese military activities in Taiwan and Japan increased after Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan. The way the US withdrew from Iraq and Afghanistan has left a wrong impression of the US on the other countries of the world. Japan is concerned about the extent to which the US will help it if a conflict between China and Japan arises. That's all about Japan's concerns over Chinese actions. But you should know that Japan is a member of Quad along with India, the US, and Australia. Quad has been formed to reduce China's dominance in the Indo-Pacific region. In such a scenario, if China fires missiles in the territory of Japan as part of its military exercise, then it wants to send a wrong message to the US and its allies. China wants to portray that it is not scared of the US at all in the Indo-Pacific region. However, China has opposed the Quad since its inception. China has been terming the Quad as the rise of a NATO-like organization in the Indo-Pacific region. In such a scenario, it is quite obvious that there would be tensions between China and Quad. However, the political upheaval that took place after the recent visit of Nancy Pelosi seems to have stopped for the time being. But this issue is related to politics and the political tensions can rise at any time. Hence, we are keeping a close eye on the issue, and if any specific development takes place in this issue, then we will inform you about the same in another episode of our program. Now let us look at our question. Why Japan does not have its army? Why Japanese people are now demanding the establishment of an army? Describe.